So today it's deadlift day, and I've only got planned 2 sets of deadlifts. So the deadlifts are going to be slightly exceptional. Everything else is 3 sets, but deadlifts are going to be 2 sets. Before I do deadlifts, I'm going to do a few of these Roman chair squats. So in one sense, these are going to be a warm up for the deadlifts. It's not really heavy on the Roman chair. But I'm a bit reticent to go straight into deadlifting without a good warm up. So might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Get a bit of a leg workout and warm up for deadlifts doing this. Okay, so let's do a single. I've done 5 minutes on the bike warm up, and I've done a few body weight movements on this. So let's do a single with 20. It's not really heavy at all. It's not that it's even possible. Okay, so no belts or wraps or anything, no sleeves, anything, just pure body weight and 25 kilos for a top set. This is a difficult movement to do just with the body weight. So 25 kilos. Okay. Aha. Looking for my clamps. Here they are. So first set 25 kilos, second set 22.5, final set 20 kilos, which is the bar on its own. And I suspect the bar is slightly heavier than 20 kilos, but it makes no difference, just call it 20, as long as you're consistent. Okay, this episode was brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are now my not official sponsors. Corporate crap, yeah? Corporate crap. Thing is, I've got workmen in doing my bathroom and they've turned off the water supply. So I've got nothing to drink. I didn't prepare, like a fool. So I'm reduced to capitalist Coca-Cola. Ah well. There go my principles. So 25 kilos. I've got no idea what it's going to be. Basically, in this particular phase for this month, everything's going to be AMRAP. As many reps as possible. So even if I set targets, now when I say AMRAP, that doesn't really apply to squats and deads. They'll just be almost AMRAP. You know, I don't want to fail on those movements. It's dangerous, I believe, to fail on the heaviest compound lifts. So when I say AMRAP, it's AMRAP, but within the realms of safety, let's say. So not quite failure training, but very close. Okay, so it's going to buzz. I think it's on a 5-minute timer, so it's plenty of time. Very generous. See what happens. Oh. 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 Stick at 7. I wasn't sure I'd get 8. Stick at 7 for the time being. Problem being that if you get stuck on this particular movement, even though it's, I wouldn't say it was dangerous, the weights are very relatively low, it's quite difficult to get out of the contraction. It's going to be awkward. 7, good start, that's all it is. Okay, so the bar is on, well, it's a bar which I'm assuming is 20 kilos, but I know it's not. Plus 2.5, so that's 22.5 I'm seeing. I'd say there's little difference, as long as you are tracking and progressing, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do 3 sets on this one, 2 sets of deadlifts. So I believe that the deadlift is a slightly different beast. It does take a lot out of you. In quite possibly, it's a lift that's not really worth doing in one sense, because of how much fatigue it generates. Having said that, it's highly effective, but highly expensive in terms of recovery. So yeah, it's still in the mix, and also, it's the sport of it as well. The sport of deadlifting, I suppose, part of the sport of powerlifting. So I like to think that I can still deadlift. Maybe at some point I'll get to, well, according to one source that I'm currently looking at, which is the Lean Gains website. I think it was kept by Martin Birken, and he sets out strength standards which seem to me to be pretty much on the money. So he's saying that highly advanced, and that's, we're talking 10 years of training, highly advanced, you should be able to manage a 2.5 times bodyweight deadlift. Now that for me, I'm now about 80 kilos. I was just under the last time I weighed it, so 80 kilos. So 2.5 times body weight would be 200 kilos. Now I don't think that at this particular moment in time I could do a 200 kilo deadlift. I'll be very honest. Definitely it's not something that I'd even want to attempt without working up to it. But I think I'm going to put about, let me think about it. think I'm going to put on 145 kilos for reps. That's for today. So last time I did deadlift I did 140. So today I'm going to put on 145. Okay. But I don't think that 200 kilos for a single is miles away from what I can do in a not too distant future. But we'll see. As always, nothing guaranteed in this game. Okay, so let's see what I get this time. So I've lowered the weight, so hopefully get another rep or so. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think I was more warmed up as well. I think that was a factor. So 10 on that one, that's good. Yeah, I expected one more rep. Should write these things down. It's all about the tracking. It's all about progress. So 22 for 10. Okay. Much as I hate high reps, I'm still gonna take the weight off and stick with the reverse pyramid theme. So reverse pyramid is simply lowering the weight every set. So the heaviest set is first. So typically the heaviest set will be for the least reps, and as you strip the weight down you get more reps. I find psychologically that that works for me. I don't like to begin with high reps. I like to ease into the higher reps. Very often I would do a very heavy single as part of the warm-up. So warm up to a heavy single, and then actually the first work set would be lowering the weight, which obviously I've not done today, but is a method that I've used quite extensively, especially on squatting. Something about squatting that takes more, I don't know, takes more warm up. You got to ease into it more. Whereas most of the other lifts you can sort of like very easily produce a max effort with little warm up. But I find with squatting it's not quite the same. Might be my personal injuries, I don't know, not quite, I say injuries, soreness. I also seem to get prolonged sore knees. My Achilles is playing up at this moment in time, but I don't think it's affecting this at all. Might be, I doubt it. Not terribly bad or anything, but if I were to do some sort of like exercise involving the Achilles, for example, two obvious ones, running and jump rope, those bother the crap out of my Achilles heel, so I'm avoiding those for a while. Same old story, whatever you can't do, that's what you want to do. Whatever you're not doing, that's what appeals to you. Whatever you're doing, that's what you get bored of. But learn the lesson pretty quickly and put those thoughts out of your mind. can't have it all at the same time. And I'm pretty determined to get my my heavy barbell lifts up. That's what's most important to me. So running and jump rope is not very high on the agenda at this moment in time. Okay, last set. Let's get it done. Okay, so hopefully we can get to about 11 plus. Who knows? Let's see. Ten, 11, 12. Okay, 12, not bad. Yeah, so that's that out of the way. Which, even though I've done it first, it's not the main event. The main event's the deadlift. But yeah, good. All right. I've got 100 kilos permanently loaded on the bar. It's a little bit heavy to start with, but I'll just use this 20 kilo kettlebell just for a couple of reps. That's more or less warmed up doing the squats. That's let's do a bit of rear delt work. Might help. That probably does something. Oh, broke it. No problem. Just a broken band anyway. It's a bit left over from a broken band. Okay, let's do 100 kilo. I'm going to use straps. Yeah, I spent decades never used straps for decades. You know, obviously you can't use straps in powerlifting competition, and also I wanted the forearm growth, but as I mentioned a couple of times, last year I got an elbow injury, and I was quite afraid of deadlifting. I couldn't deadlift for a while. It was painful, but I was quite afraid of deadlifting because of the elbow, and I started using these straps because I'm very wary of a bicep tear. You know, thinking that there's something not quite right about the elbow to this day, to this moment in time. It's vastly improved, but who wants to take risks? Therefore, in the interest of preserving the elbow and the possibility of a bicep tear, I'm now using these straps. I do think they make the lift slightly easier. For a start, you tend to be able to sort of like grip the bar with the end of your fingers. You're not really gripping the bar. It rolls down your hand more. So that's like it takes an inch off the range of motion. Okay, that's 100. That's it. I think I'm warmed up in one sense from the other stuff. So 100, 130. We've got 15 here. No, that's 10. Okay, 15, 15, 15. Here we are. I really could do with a weight tree. That's what I was thinking about having your own setup. Yeah, you don't have to tidy up. Just leave the weight scattered. And I suppose because there's only a limited amount of weight. So it's not that huge a problem. Not like a commercial gym where there's tons and tons of weight that could potentially be scattered all over the place. So there's this single 130. Yeah, the weight tree. If I see one on Facebook Marketplace, I'll get it. Okay, that's 130. So I'm going to the first work set, which is going to be 145. So it's going to go 145. Take off 10%, which is approximately 15 kilos. So it's going to go 145, 130. So that's the idea on the reverse pyramid on these deadlifts and back squats. Take 10% off. Get a flip. $145 for a very hard set, I imagine. I believe. Wish me luck. Six. Okay, I think the last time I did deadlifts it was 140 for 5. Let me check that. No, tell a lie. It was 140 for 6. So, still better though. I was 145 for 6. That's still a substantial up in the ante. Not quite as impressive a progress, but good. So, all the way down to 130. That's 130. what are we saying? 8? I'm going to guess 8. Sounds reasonable to me. Then after this, seated rows. Probably stop recording after this set. Get this out of the way. Seated rows coming up next after this set. So after I finish the recording, which you won't see, there'll be 3 sets of seated rows. Then there'll be 2 sets apiece of abs and calves. And then, probably just an afterthought, 1 set of neck work. Is 1 set going to make any difference? Yeah, I think so. But better than nothing, which is what the alternative is. So in my training career, I've done very little direct network. A lot of it because, well, most of the gyms that you go to don't have anything to work the neck with. And even if they did, would you want to do it in public? You know, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's something very strange looking about that neck harness movement. Okay, I'll get this one out of the way. Hopefully about 8 reps, hopefully. You know, I keep saying anybody who thinks that these are puny weights, yeah, you're right. You know, I've done far heavier lifts in my time than these. But this is now, and that was then. I remember doing 240 for 4, I think. Okay, let's get it out of the way. Let's do 8 isn't, got 8 in my mind. Come on, 8 reps. Oh, 8 will do. I was going to go for 9, but 8. Okay, that's fine. What I expected. Yeah, all good. So it's all about measuring, tracking, making progress. Obviously there are much more entertaining ways to train, and I'm not saying that it's wrong to do variety and things that you like, but equally I think that the basics have got to be, the basic foundational stuff has got to be in the mix. I mean, not a lot you can do about injury. If you get injured, you go, that's it. That puts a stop to everything. But if you possibly can, I think that you need to be quite consistent on the most important stuff. I mean, For example, you could probably get away with not doing deadlifts and doing Romanian deadlifts. You could probably get away with not doing back squats and doing front squats. That sort of thing. Variations will be a good substitute. But I think at the end of the day, you've got to be doing something that keeps up those basic foundational moves. Because if, like me, at this moment in time, you backslide severely and lose a lot of your strength on these moves, it takes a hell of a lot to get them back. It's a big effort. Okay. I mean, fairly recently, before I got the bad elbow, and this probably contributed to the bad elbow thinking about it, I went for this 3-day-a-week kettlebell clean and press program. And I couldn't resist it, you know. One of those things, it's like, you know, just curiosity gets the better of you. What happens if you only do kettlebell clean and press? Nothing else. So kettlebell clean and press exclusively. Okay. And that's what I did. I did it for about 2.5 months, thinking about it. Yeah, 2.5 months of exclusive kettlebell clean and press. It was a hard program. It was sort of like, it was all about getting as many singles, doubles and triples as you can in a certain time frame. You know, usually about half an hour. So even though it was only half an hour 3 times a week, it was hard. Yeah, you were really pushing it hard, trying to beat the numbers as per usual. And yeah, I mean, I made progress on the actual clean and press, as you would expect. But yeah, I do suspect that it contributed to my elbow injury, even though it didn't directly happen then. The problem was that when I went to test my barbell lifts after that, they'd gone down a lot. So, you know, contrary to, well, let's put it this way, it did not show to me that doing clean and press exclusively maintained all the other stuff. That didn't happen. Now, likely you can say, well, what do you expect? It's not going to maintain all the other stuff. But at least I got to that point in my mind where I'm thinking, yeah, if you pursue kettlebell clean and press exclusively, you know, everything else is going to go down. So that was one outcome of the experiment. But the other outcome, which is very pleasant, is that I got good at kettlebell clean and press, which is, yeah, you know, important, I suppose. Okay, so I think today sissy squat 25 for 7, 22 for 10, 20 for 12, and then deadlift 145 for 6 and 130 for 8. Yeah, so that all seems to be on the road of progress to me. So hopefully next Monday, when I repeat this workout, I will repeat it with some sort of increments. And that to me, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Beating the numbers, beating the book. And that for me means that all is well, no problem. As soon as you can't beat the numbers, I think that you're wasting your time. Now, obviously, now and again you're going to get little blips, but if you're consistently not beating the numbers, you've got to change something up. Okay, so thank you very much. See you later.